Dear students, in previous class we discussed about circular flow of income. So that circular flow of income explained that how the people are earning, how the people are spending, how the firms are producing goods and services, and how they are using factor services from the households. That one also we discussed. That was two sector model, firms and households. So in that we observed 3 points, like in the chart we observed 3 points. One is A, another one is B, and last one is C. So here A measures the aggregate value of spending that the firms receive for the final goods and services which they produce. That means how much they are expensing, the firms how much they are expensing to produce all the final goods and services. This is called as the expenditure method. Expenditure means expenses incurred by all the firms in the economy. How much they are expensing to produce final goods and services. Are understanding? Here you have to take entire economy, because we should calculate the national income. While calculating, we should take it how much expenses incurred by all the firms, those which are working under the government, or which are working under the economy sector, so or which are process in the production. So here in the economy, all the firms how much they are expensing to produce goods and services, especially final goods and services, that is called as expenditure method. We can observe here as point B, measuring the aggregate value of final goods and services produced by all the firms. So here how many goods and services they produced. They means firms produced in a particular year, like during a year, like in a country, within the country. That is called as product method. See, measuring the aggregate value of final goods and services, like produced by all the firms in the economy, that is called as product method. Here the quantity of product, how many goods, and that is we can calculate only value of final goods and services. Don't forget, value means can be calculated in terms of money, okay, not number of goods. Here it can calculate only terms of money, that is value. How much they're expensing, that was expenditure method. How many means quantity, that is value of all final goods and services. Aggregate, measuring the aggregate value of final goods and services produced by all the firms. Measuring the aggregate value, not number of goods, value of final goods and services produced by all the firms. Okay, it will be called product method. And C, so here measuring sum total of all factor payments. All factor payments means sum total of all factor payments, like land, labor, capital, organization, factors of production. For this, the people are how much how much value they are providing services. Providing means the services called land, labor, capital, organization. So when they are providing these services, for this they will get reward. That reward considered as the income for the households. Okay, that income in the form of rent, in the form of wages, in the form of interest, in the form of profit. Don't forget, when the households are providing their services or rendering their services, which one? Land, labor, capital, organization. When they are rendering these services, for this they will get rewards, they will get remunerations, they will get money. That is called as income. So this one, how much they are getting income overall in the economy, how much they are getting the income, that is only we can calculate it through income method. All the people how much they are received by rendering their services in the economy. during a year. That is only we should calculate income method. Don't forget expenditure. All the firms during a year within the country, how much they are expensing, how much like value of goods and services value, how much value, how much money they are expensing, that is expenditure method. And product method means value of production of final goods and services, value of production of goods and services are produced, how like measuring the aggregate value of final goods and services produced by all the firms. Okay, all the firms in the economy, like how much they are produced, that is we can calculate in not in numbers, we can calculate only value of final goods and services. And C, that is income method, like some total of all factor payments, all the firms how much they are providing payments to the households. Why? Because they are using their household services like land, labor, capital, organization. Using this they are providing, they are giving what, that is remuneration, that is rewards. Like using of land they will provide rent, using of labor they will provide wages, using of capital they will provide interest, using of organization, like for that they will get profit. So these are all called as remunerations. So that is we can say income for the households, like income to the households. So that is we can calculate through income method. Okay, one by one we have to discuss. Three important methods are very important. Okay, first one we should discuss product method. So product method, it is also called as output method or inventory method. Inventory is nothing but stock only. Okay, stock is inventory. Okay, so here like inventory method or output method. So in this method, calculate the aggregate means total. Okay, aggregate means total value of all final goods and services. Final, don't forget, final means those which are ready for final use. It is not considered which one, intermediate goods. It is considered only final goods. Final goods means which is not processed further stages. Okay, it will not pass further stages, which are used for final use, okay. So product method can be calculated, that is in this method calculate the aggregate total value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year. Once again I repeat, in this method we can calculate the aggregate value. How we can calculate the value? In the terms of money, so okay, the aggregate value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year. Okay, we can calculate the aggregate total value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year. And another meaning also there, that is the national income is estimated by aggregating the value of all final goods. See, under this method the national income is estimated by aggregating the value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year. Here actually we can say like that number of goods and services, but we cannot calculate the number of goods and services. While calculating the national income, we should calculate only value of all final goods, value of all final goods and services. Here value can be calculated in terms of money. Okay, so another there is one more assumption while calculating national income, or while studying, like discussing about product method, expenditure method, income method, any method, we should assume what is that the aggregate spending of the economy must be equal to the aggregate income. Are you clear? The aggregate spending of the economy must be equal to the aggregate income earned by the factors of production. That means the expenditure should be equals to income. Expenditure should be equals to the income. Don't forget how much they are expensing, that much only the people are receiving income. Don't forget how much the firms are expensing, that much only households are receiving income in the form of rent, wages, interest, profit. Okay, this is very important. Aggregate spending of the economy must be equal to the aggregate income, that income earned by the factors of production. So when we are providing our services, like households providing their services like land, labor, capital, organization, for that they will get rewards or remunerations, otherwise we can call like income. What are they? That is using of land, they will get rent. Using of labor, they will get wages. Using of capital, they will get income. Using of organization, they will get profit. So these things are called as income. So here we have to assume, what is that? Aggregate spending should be equal to aggregate income. Expenses should be equals to income. That is very important. So let me start what is the meaning of product method and how we can calculate national income through product method. So meaning I already explained, that is the aggregate value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year. Okay, to understand easily which one product method, don't forget in this method we can calculate only value of goods and services, that is value of final goods and services, value of final goods and services. Okay, value of final goods and services we have to discuss. Okay, see, to understand product method we have to assume one thing. What is that? That is expenses should be equals to income. And also we should see an example. So what is that? An example, just imagination. Suppose just imagination, there are only two kinds of producers in the economy. Just imagination. Suppose there are only two kinds of producers in the economy. Okay, just imagination. To understand product method, how we can calculate the product method and how we should remove the intermediate goods and how we can calculate the final goods, that is only I am going to explain. So listen carefully. Here we should take it an example to understand product method. Suppose there are only two kinds of producers in the economy. Just imagination, they are wheat producers and the bread makers. Okay, they are the wheat producers. We can call them like farmers. Those who are producing wheat, they are called as farms. And another one is another producer like bread makers. We can call like bakers. Bakers, like those who are preparing bread in like shops, they are called as bakers. Here we can see two kinds of producers. One is farmers, another one is bread makers like bakers. Okay, this is only an example, just imagination. The wheat producers grow wheat and they do not need any input other than human labor. Okay, keep it in this mind. Imagination, the wheat producers like farmers do not need any inputs. They are not expecting any inputs, just only they are expecting human labor, and they only using the human labor they are produced which one? Wheat. Okay, that is assumption. And they sell a part of the wheat to the bakers. How much they are produced, out of that they are selling only a part of the wheat they are selling to the bakers. Okay, don't forget. Suppose there are only two kinds of producers in the economy. Imagination, in the economy only two kinds of producers. One is farmer, another one is baker. Farmer means like those who are producing wheat. Like bakers means those who are making bread. Okay, here the wheat producers grow wheat and they do not need any input other than human labor. They are producing the wheat without using any output except human labor. Human labor means like people, without using any raw material like any other things, only they are utilizing, they are using, that is human labor. That is our, what we can say, labor, our power. Okay, and the bakers do not like out of their entire wheat, only a little much or a part of the wheat the farmers selling to the bakers. Okay, part of wheat the farmers sellers to the bakers. Okay, Okay, the bakers do not need any other raw materials besides wheat to produce bread. Here also one more imagination. The bakers also, they are producing bread. They are making bread without using any other raw material except wheat. That is, they are using only wheat to make bread. Okay, they are not using, they are not purchasing, they are not utilizing any other raw materials or any other things, but they are producing, they are making bread only using of wheat. Imagination. Suppose in a year the total value of wheat that the farmers have produced is rupees 100. Imagination. In a year the total value of wheat that the farmers have produced is rupees 100. That means what they produced in a year. The farmers, as usually, per year they produced minimum rupees, a value of 100 rupees, value of 100 rupees wheat. They produced value of 100 rupees wheat. Imagination. Out of this they have sold rupees 50 worth of wheat to the bakers, and remaining they are keeping themselves only. That means the producers of wheat, they called farmers, they are producing every year worth of 100, worth of rupees 100 wheat, wheat worth of rupees 100, they are producing wheat. Out of that worth of rupees 50, they are selling to the bakers. Okay, the bakers have used this amount of wheat completely during the year and have produced rupees 200 worth of bread. Don't forget, the bread makers or bakers using worth rupees 50, using worth rupees 50 of wheat, they are produced or they are producing, they are making bread worth rupees 200. Worth rupees 200. They are producing worth rupees 200. Which one? Bread. Using of worth rupees 50 wheat. Okay. They are using wheat worth rupees 50. They are using wheat worth rupees 50, and using that they are producing or making which one? Bread worth rupees 200. Worth rupees 200. Don't forget. Here the farmers, they are producing wheat worth rupees 100. Out of this they are selling worth of rupees 50, they are selling the wheat worth rupees 50 to the bakers, and remaining 50 they are keeping themselves only, and bakers using of that wheat worth rupees 50, they are producing and they are produced or they are making bread worth rupees 200. Worth rupees 200. Okay, so here now what is the value of total production in the economy? Imagination. What is the value of total production in the economy? See, imagination. The wheat producers like farmers, every year they are producing rupees 100, worth rupees 100 wheat. Imagination. The farmers, they are every year they are producing wheat. How much? Rupees worth 100. So out of this they are selling 50. Okay, worth of rupees 50 of wheat they are selling to the bakers. They are selling to the bakers. Imagination. Okay, so farmers producing wheat, how much? Rupees worth rupees 100. So out of this, okay, 50 they are selling to the bakers, remaining 50 they are keeping themselves, and using this 50, the bakers, what they are doing, they are producing bread worth rupees 200, worth rupees 200. Now what is the total value of production? What is the value of total production? What is the value of total production? But as you know that is 200 plus 100, that should be 300, but this is wrong. Why? Because bread they produced rupees 200 worth, and the farmers they produced wheat rupees 100, worth of rupees 100. Then total production of country how much? 300, but this is wrong. Okay, to avoid double counting only, we have to use this method, that is product method. How? So aggregating the values of production of each sector. Okay, here 200 is the value added. 200 is the value added. That is how much value added? So value of the production to the bakers, that is 100, right? The producers produced how much? 100, and bakers produced 200. But here we should calculate only final goods and services. Final goods and services. Here out of 100, how much they sold to the bakers? Only 50. Only 50. Here imagination, farmers without using any raw material except human labor, they produced wheat. That's why here there is no raw material. That's why intermediate goods are 0. But bakers without using any raw material, just they are used only wheat worth rupees 50. Okay, purchased from farmer. So this is called as intermediate. This is called as intermediate good. Okay, using this 50, they are produced bread rupees worth of 200. That means 50 is the intermediate. So out of this we should deduct the intermediate good, that is 50 minus 50. Out of 200 we should remove the intermediate good. Why it should be intermediate good? Using this only they are produced bread worth rupees 200. But farmers without using any raw material, using only their which one? Labors. Okay, but it is not that is not calculated as the intermediate good. Without using any raw materials, they produced wheat worth rupees 100, but bakers they produced bread worth rupees 200, but using 50, using the wheat worth rupees 50. So that's why here 50 is the intermediate good. So while calculating, we should remove or we should deduct the value of which one? Intermediate goods, and remaining is 150. Remaining is 150. So 150 is the which one? Final value. 150 is the final value. So here all the variables are expressed in terms of money only. Just imagination. So here see, this is the value added. This is the value added. So therefore the net contribution made by the bakers, how much they are made? 150. That is 200 minus 50. 200 minus 50. Okay, net contribution made by the bakers 150. That is only we have to calculate it. Totally we can calculate as 200 plus 50. But what is the 50 here? That is they received from the farmers. But we have to deduct this one. Why? This is considered as a intermediate good. This is considered as a intermediate good. That's why while calculating final goods and services, the value of final goods and services, we can calculate only final goods, and we should deduct the intermediate goods. So here every stage the value will be add. Every stage value will be add. So that is only we can calculate. That is only we can calculate called as product method. We can call as product method. Okay. So here value added is flow. Value added is flow. So once again I will explain this table. Just observe properly. Here the farmers product, that is wheat, worth rupees 100. Without using any raw materials or any inputs, they are produced wheat rupees worth of how much? 100. So out of this they are selling wheat worth rupees 50 to the bakers, right? Using that wheat worth rupees 50, the bakers are produced or make which one? Bread worth rupees 200. Here the total production is 200 plus 100, that is total 300, but that is wrong. But so out of this 50 is the intermediate good. Why? Because using this 50 only they are produced which one? 200. Using the wheat worth rupees 50 only, the bakers produced bread worth rupees 200. So here 200 is the final, but like 200 is the like worth rupees what they produced, the bakers produced, but here we should deduct the which one? 50. Why? 50 is the intermediate good. 50 is the intermediate good. Then what is the value added? What is the value added? That is 150. 150 is the final value of goods and services. Final value of goods and services. Okay, up to this product method. Again in next class I will give a little much information about product method, and after that only I will continue. So we will study in next class like expenditure method or income method. Thank you.